Coach Whittingham, glad to have you with us on BYU Sports Nation. Welcome to the show.
Well, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
I'm guessing that you may have heard, just maybe, that BYU has a head coaching vacancy and that your name has come up in the conversation. So let's just go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. Have you been contacted about the head coaching job at BYU?
Well, I never comment on any job speculation of any sort, so I'm not going to start now. How about that?
You have passed. You have succeeded with the correct answer. Well done,
okay.
Coach.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if that's a pass in my book.
It seems you have done this a few times before.
Just
Coach,
a few.
Yeah, Coach, you've compiled an 8-1 record in bowl games at Utah. That's a crazy mark. It's really tough to win that many postseason games. What's made you so successful in the postseason?
Well, it's the players' attitude and the way they approach the postseason, and we look at the bowl season and the bowl opportunity as twofold. Number one, a reward for a very good season and a job well done during the regular season. Then number two, an opportunity to have some fun and relax and enjoy the everything the bowl has to offer. And so, that being said, our guys really are emphatic about their preparation and wanting to and a chance to win another ball game and that's the way they approach it. I mean, we have great practices. We handle it essentially like we do during the regular season, and so there is really no difference in our MO in the postseason than there is in the regular season.
Coach, when you first heard the announcement of BYU and Utah in the Vegas Bowl, what was your first reaction?
Well, I was a little bit surprised. Usually in a bowl setting, in a bowl matchup, it's more of a national flair to it. This is more of a regional flair, and so and it's a little bit odd to be playing a rival in a bowl game. That doesn't happen very often, and so it was a little bit of a surprise. But it is what it is, and our guys are excited to play in a bowl as they are, in every bowl opportunity that we have, and so you just move forward.
Coach, there's a sense from members of the Utah fan base that Las Vegas might be a little bit disappointing because you had a fantastic season. You won 6 games, finished tied for first in the Pac-12 South, and somehow fall to the Las Vegas Bowl. So what's the feeling like in the locker room right now from your players, despite what the fan base might be saying?
Well, we're excited to be in postseason play, and our guys are not real concerned with where we're playing or who we're playing. We're just excited to be able to have that opportunity. But it is a little bit unique where we were co-champs, as you mentioned, in the South, best record in the South overall, and second best record in the Pac-12, tied for the second best record with Oregon, and of course we beat them head-to-head. So that being said, in the fall to 6th, as far as the bowl hierarchy, that was interesting. But we can only control what we can control, and if we had got one more win in the season, then we'd have had a chance to play in the Pac-12 championship game. So we're not sitting here worrying about it or whining about it. We're just moving forward, and like I said, excited for the opportunity.
For the record, beating Oregon is one way of describing that. I'm just going to go ahead and say destroying Oregon. Are you okay with that?
Well, we played well that particular day, and we were hitting on all cylinders. There's no denying that.
Coach, I want to back up a little bit here. I played against you guys in 2009 and 2010 in the Mountain West, and obviously with you guys being down the street, watched you guys over these last 4 years with that transition from the Mountain West to the Pac-12. What do you think the most challenging part of that transition has been?
Well, it's the competitive nature of the league on a week-to-week basis. Every single week you've got to play your best football to have a chance to win, and that not to be disparaging to the Mountain West, but there's some weeks that weren't as challenging as others, and in the Pac-12 it's every single week you better bring your A game, and then you better have depth on your roster as well, because it's a physical conference and you get beat up, and you start getting in November, then that's when your depth really shows and or lack thereof. And we've been working hard the last 5 years to improve the depth on our roster, and we think we've made big strides in that regard, but still not a finished product.
Speaking of depth, with no Devontae Booker, and he's an absolutely dynamic sensation, and Britton Covey out injured as well, who steps in to fill those 2 vacancies for the Utah offense in Vegas?
Well, Joe Williams has been the guy that has picked up the slack for Devontae, and he rushed for nearly 200 yards in our finale against Colorado. I think it was 185 or 187, thereabouts. And so he has done a nice job filling in for Devontae. Now, for Covey, we have Bubba Poole, who's the guy that is the main replacement, but some other guys. It's really been by committee. Delshawn McClellan has picked up some of the slack, and so it's a situation where not any one guy has taken Britton's spot. And then in punt returns, it's been Booby Hobbs, and so Britton's hard to replace. He did so much for us this year, and we miss him.
Those are some pretty good football names, Booby and Bubba.
yeah, there you go.
Coach, when you look at the scouting report, when you look at this BYU team on film, what are some of the players that jump out at you?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I didn't have a chance to see him play at all this year during the regular season. I just started watching the special team stuff today, and so I can't give you a really good answer. From what I hear, obviously the quarterback is doing a nice job and really coming into his own. Particularly for a freshman. Solid defense as usual. And so, give me a few days, and I'll have a much better answer for you. But for right now, we just know that they won 9 ball games, and so they're doing something right.
Coach, yesterday on Twitter, I'm not sure when this happened, but there was this Vine that was tweeted out. I think it might have been Isaac Asiata who tweeted out, but the fire alarm's going off, and you're in there eating your lunch. So there's no time. It doesn't matter. The fire alarm's going off, getting ready for a football game. Did you know about this?
I did not, and it doesn't surprise me that Isaac he must have caught me like candid camera type of a situation. But I couldn't stop for the fire alarm. Had to keep going. I'm sure I violated several codes doing that, but what the heck?
Yeah, I hope I didn't get Isaac in too much trouble.
Yeah, no, he's a good kid, great kid. He always means well, which is important.
Kyle Whittingham with us on BYU Sports Nation, the head football coach at the University of Utah. Coach, given that so much has happened in the state between these two rivals and whatnot, the unique dynamic of playing this game on a neutral site, what kind of atmosphere do you expect in Las Vegas?
Well, I understand it's sold out, and so it'll be a packed house, and with the Pac-12 negotiating down to 7,500 tickets, I'm sure the red will be in the minority in the stadium, but it should be a great atmosphere. I mean, it'll be it's a great kickoff time, 12:30 in the afternoon, which is we haven't had the opportunity to do that many times this year, and it should be pretty good weather, and so it should be a great ball game.
Coach, we appreciate the time, and we wish you the best. No more fire alarms, we hope, up at the University of Utah.
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate that.